I have a lot of old botanical contact prints that I'm not really happy with. They're really strong prints when I was using a lot of iron. And also the backsides are often really interesting as well. But because the fronts are so strong, I thought it would be fun to take some white gesso, thin it out, and kind of knock them back a bit, knock the imagery back a bit so that I could use them as a base for things like stitching onto or painting onto or collaging onto. So knocking the entire image back to use as more of a background. I'm going to speed this up now. And again, I'm just using various strengths of thinned out white gesso. I like to work fast, so I like to use a heat gun to dry out the different layers in between. Here I'm measuring out the sections for the concertina book for the folds, and I'm using something called a bone folder just to score the paper, and that's where I'm going to fold the sections. I thought I'd try a little bit of a different gesso method here. I wanted some sharp edges just to create sections within the sections. I don't really care if some of the paper tears at this point with the tape coming off because I'm just going to be gluing and collaging on top anyway, so I'm really not being very precious here at all. I thought I might use some washi tape to stick these sections together, but my selection of washi tape wasn't really working, so I decided to stick with this brown craft tape. It was a bit too wide, so I had to slice it in half. And then I'm just lining up the segments end to end and taping over them. If you're looking for a slower tutorial on how to do this method of taping segments together, there's a really great Instagram account called Under the Oaks Creativity, and she's just posted a lovely slow tutorial on that. So here's the concertina sketchbook all ready to play with. I can start stitching in it or painting in it or whatever I want to do. I don't have to be precious with it, which is what I really like about this. The pages are already marked up. And I like how the dynamic of the large print changes once you fold it into smaller sections. Each print was about 30 centimeters, so each little folded section is about 10 centimeters. So now I get to go play. I'm a basket maker, so I've got lots of natural materials kicking around. This is daylily leaf, one long daylily leaf, and I thought I would dip it in paint and press it onto the sketchbook, and here I am speeding things up a bit and see what kind of impression I would get. I've just dipped that into, what am I using there? I'm using chalk paint. I like how opaque the chalk paint is. So that impression is a little bit wet. So as you can see, I'm just going ahead and using the same piece of daylily leaf again without repainting it because it's already got enough pigment on there. It'll make another interesting impression, I think. And I like that one better. You can see it's a little bit less wet. And there's so much paint on there that I'm just gonna do one more long one. There we go. That's pretty fun. And of course, if you decide it's a little too muchy, you can take it back down, knock it back down with some more of your white gesso. Here's another fun technique. It looks like a toilet paper roll, but it's actually not. It's rolled up offcuts of watercolor paper. Of course, there's nothing wrong with using the inner roll from an old toilet paper tube, and that's what I'm using here, rolled up to make a little spiral. Hello, kitty. Get out the way, kitty. After all the paint was dry, I thought it'd be fun to add a little bit of color, just subtle color, because there's already a lot going on. So I have some markers here where I'm able to do kind of a translucent layer. And the rest of this video is pretty much me doing this, but kind of sped up, which I think can be kind of fun to watch. But feel free to skip to the end. So far I've got one side of the concertina sketchbook kind of filled in. I like the left side better than the right side, but the beauty of this is I can go back in and paint over it if I want to, because it's nice heavyweight paper. Hope you picked up some inspirational tips, and thanks for watching.